Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Monday means it's Modern Monday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and today we have this crazy Bant control deck. It's kind of just like Bant, sweet cards, tons of one-ofs. Comes to us from Snaporza, who took it to a top 8 finish in a Magic League event. So congrats to Snaporza on a super fun looking deck. A quick reminder before we break down Bant control for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Bant control is kind of crazy. It starts off with a bunch of one-of planeswalkers. So kind of at the top of our curve, we have 4 different planeswalkers. Jace, Architect of Thought, does a good job of slowing down little creature decks with its +1, generates a bunch of card advantage. Ultimate should be able to win us the game by tutoring out our best thing, our opponent's best thing. Tamiyo, kind of underplayed in Modern, but is surprisingly powerful, can keep anything in check turn by tapping it down. Also can draw a bunch of cards in the right situation. So those are our blue planeswalkers. We also have some white planeswalkers. Gideon Jura is great at fogging attacks. If the board gets clear, we can go attacking with it and close out the game super quickly. And then Elspeth Sun's Champion floods the board with tokens, makes tons of chump blockers. If you can live long enough to get down Elspeth Sun's Champion, very strong in any creature-based matchup. It's just so hard to kill someone through an Elspeth because of all the tokens it makes. It can also blow up big creatures, which is nice. And then if we get to the emblem, all those little 1/1s we were making suddenly become 3/3 flyers, and we just close out the game in 1 or 2 attacks. So the planeswalkers top off our curve. As far as creatures, we have kind of a motley crew of mostly one-of. So Tarmogoyf comes down, gets big on turn 2. Thragtusk gains us some life. Hard to deal with because it leaves behind a token when it dies. These are kind of our big beater creatures, I guess. The ones that are most likely to be able to actually close out the game because they got a lot of power, can attack through a lot of things on the battlefield. Then we have some utility creatures. Scavenging Ooze gives us some main deck graveyard hate, exiling away dredge cards, Snapcaster targets. Can also get pretty big on its own if we're playing in a creature matchup. Eternal Witness, no specific combo or synergy, just general value. Can get back a fetch land, can get back one of our planeswalkers that died, a Tarmogoyf, any of our stuff. Then we have some disruptive 3-drop flyers, 1 Spell Queller in case we really got to counter something. 4 mana or less means it does hit most of the commonly played cards in the Modern format. Good against combo, pretty good against other control decks. Vendilion Click gives us a way to pressure our opponent's hand, get rid of combo pieces. And then when Kefnet the Mindful is another big creature to close out the game. It's super slow, which is odd because it's a 3-mana creature, but we gotta wait till the late game when we can draw some cards, get our hand full, and then as long as our opponent doesn't have Path to Exile, Kefnet should be able to close out the game pretty quickly. Our final creature is 3 copies of Snapcaster Mage, which kind of leads us into our spell base. We have a ton of different spells that we can flash back, starting off with a couple of counters. 2 Mana Leaks, 3 Cryptics. Cryptic, chaining them together with Snapcaster is especially brutal, allows us to protect our Planeswalkers by tapping down attackers. We can bounce things, we can counter things, it draws us cards, just kind of does it all. And then we have a bunch of targeted removal, 4 Pass and 3 Condemn, so tons of 1 mana spot removal spells. Condemn especially good against Death Shadow decks, not as good against like Grim Lavamancers, Eidolon of the Great Revel. So this split means we have Path to deal with creatures that don't need to attack to be good, Condemn to deal with creatures that do need to attack with be good, plus we can Snapcaster back either of them. Blessed Alliance gains us some life, can get rid of an attacker, helpful against Boggles, for example, other decks that have hexproof creatures, hard to deal with creatures, and then Supreme Verdict as our counter spell to just get rid of the whole board. As far as the card draw, we have 2 Ancestral Visions, refilling our hand on turn 5. In the late game, they're a little less powerful, so we kind of hedge with just 2. Serum Visions to just give us something to do on turn 1, set things up for the future. And then 1 Pull from Tomorrow is the big finishing card draw spell to just refill our hand. Mana base wise, the only 2 lands that are really spicy, I guess, are 2 Celestial Colonnades, another backup finisher as a 4/4 Flying Vigilance, does close out the game quickly, 1 Ghost Quarter for opposing creature lands for Tron lands. Then we have just a bunch of different dual lands to help us cast our stuff. I didn't list every single land, but it basically comes down to a bunch of fetches, some shock lands, a couple of filter lands, and even some of the cycling lands, which remember are fetchable, along with some basic lands to play around Blood Moon. In our sideboard, we have Leyline of Sanctity to help against combo, and Negate to deal with pretty much anything. A really good catch-all in the format. Leyline also can help slow down discard if we run into 8-rack or even just against Death Shadow with tons of discard. Another Supreme Verdict to sweep away the board. Fracturing Gust as a way to blow up all the artifacts or enchantments. Good against Affinity, good against Boggles. A little bit more expensive than something like Shattering Spree or whatnot, but is a way to get rid of just all the artifacts and enchantments on the battlefield. One Ray of Revelation, some relics to deal with graveyards, and then a few creatures. Thrun, great in control mirrors since it can't be countered, really hard to kill. Reflector Mage, good against creature matchups, and then another Spell Queller for combo and control matchups. And that is Bant Control for Modern, and that's our instant deck tech for today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.